If you're trying to learn English but get bored with dry textbooks, this is your place. Here, we learn through real stories, things that actually happen to people. And guess what? These stories help you remember vocabulary and grammar without even realizing it. So hit that like button, subscribe, or follow the page if you're into fun, useful English. New stories drop every single day. Let's get into today's story. He had been preparing for this trip for weeks. It wasn't just a vacation. It wasn't just about food, photos, or sightseeing. This trip included something important, his first real business meeting abroad. And that meant, for the first time ever, he had to look professional. That sounded easy when he was still at home. He packed his favorite shirts, some jeans, a jacket, and one button-up shirt, just in case. He told himself, "I'll figure it out when I get there." But now, standing in his hotel room, just hours before the meeting, figuring it out didn't feel so simple. He stared at his clothes laid out on the bed. None of them looked right. The button-up shirt? It was okay, but a bit wrinkled. He didn't have an iron. His jeans? Clean, but slightly faded. His shoes? Comfortable, but clearly worn in. And worse, everyone in the hotel lobby that morning looked sharp. Men in suits. Women in sleek dresses. Everyone seemed to know exactly what to wear. He felt out of place already. He considered calling the meeting off. Maybe say he was sick. Maybe fake a delay. But no, he had come this far. He couldn't let a shirt stop him. So he got to work. First, he grabbed the button-up shirt and tried to smooth the wrinkles by pressing it under a heavy book. He even hung it in the bathroom while taking a hot shower, hoping the steam would help. It wasn't perfect, but it looked better. Next, the pants. He picked the darkest pair of jeans he had. They were neat, at least. He folded the cuffs once to hide the worn edges. Then, the shoes. He wiped them with a damp towel. Not shiny, but cleaner. He looked at himself in the mirror. Still not like the business people in the lobby, but presentable. Maybe even confident, if he stood tall enough. The building where the meeting was held was huge. Glass everywhere. The kind of place where elevators didn't have buttons. You just stood there and waited for them to open. He stepped inside, heart racing just a little. In the meeting room, others were already there. Some wore full suits. Others had more casual jackets. But surprisingly, one guy wore sneakers with a blazer. Another had rolled-up sleeves. It wasn't all perfect fashion. No one judged him. In fact, they greeted him politely, shook hands, and started chatting. Once the meeting began, all attention shifted to the ideas, not the outfits. He spoke when needed, nodded when appropriate, and took notes. The meeting went smoother than he imagined. At one point, the project lead turned to him and said, "That was a great point. Thanks for bringing it up." That one line stayed with him all day. After the meeting, he took a slow walk back to the hotel. The city looked different now. Less scary. More familiar. He walked past shops and cafes, now feeling like he truly belonged there. Back in the room, he hung his shirt carefully. He didn't throw it on a chair like before. It had earned some respect. And maybe he had too. He realized something important that day. It's not always about having the right clothes. It's about showing up, trying your best, and carrying yourself with quiet confidence. That's what people remember. Ever stood in front of a mirror, not sure what to wear? Yeah, same here. But here's what this story teaches us, not just English, but life. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up, ready to learn, ready to grow. And hey, by listening to stories like these, you're learning useful English without even thinking about it. If you've ever had an "I have nothing to wear" moment, drop it in the comments. And don't forget, we post new stories every single day. Come back tomorrow for another fun way to grow your English.